I am on my way to collect a very cheap and very rare VW Beetle that I have just bought completely blind on a police auction. Now, I've never been a lover of the new shape Beetles, but this one is pretty rare, so it caught my attention, and then before I'd known it, I'd placed a couple of bids and I'd actually won it. Now, with this being a police or DVLA auction, it is a total gamble because it means the car was seized from the previous owner. So it does mean I don't have any keys, I don't have any history with it, and I have no idea if the car even runs or drives. But I guess there is only one way to find out, and that is to get down there and bring it home and see if it runs and drives or what's even wrong with it. So this is it. This is my new little VW Beetle. She is a bit messy. Actually, she's very messy inside. It is absolutely filthy in here and quite mouldy, to be perfectly honest. And when I say a bit mouldy, it is absolutely stinking in here. This is nearly as bad as the Lupo that I bought when I first started this channel. If anyone's been with me that long, you remember the state of that thing, and that stunk to high hell. This is the same. So what do I actually know about this Beetle? Well, I know it's a 2002. It had about 91k on it at the last MOT, which actually ran out like a year ago. So it's been off the road for a while. I think those alloys are off a VW Scirocco, possibly. And it's got a little ducktail spoiler, which is pretty cool. But none of those things are what make this car so interesting. What makes it really interesting is under the bonnet. So let's take a look. It has got a V5 engine. To be exact, it's got the very coveted V5 Volkswagen engine that they used in a very select few VWs during the late 90s and the early 2000s. Until I saw this Beetle pop up on the auction, I had absolutely no idea they ever did a V5 engine in one of these Beetles. I thought they were just slow little 1.6 or 1.8 petrols. But after a bit of research, I found out that they actually made 500 of these, not just putting those engines in the Mark IV Golf, a few Borers and things like that. They made 500 of these Beetles with the V5 engine in it. And there's actually less than 170 of them left on the UK road. So hopefully, with a bit of love and a bit of elbow grease, I can get this one back on the road to join them and maybe have a bit of fun in doing it along the way. And hopefully make a bit of profit on it when I'm actually done with it. Because believe it or not, these things are actually quite collectible. They got a bit of a following and people actually pay strong money for them compared to any other Beetle. So I'm going to carry on looking around this Beetle while I wait for someone to show up and cut me a set of keys for this car, and we can find out if she is even a runner or if she's going to need to be recovered. I mean, so far, the more I look round, the more I'm finding is more disgusting mould and wet. Very, very wet. And so much goddamn mould. And judging by the brakes on this thing, if you can see in there, she has been sat for quite a long time. But the back tyres do look good, which is just as well because they are 18 inches and probably going to be somewhat pricey. And one thing I have noticed while I'm under here is she's got a ram air induction kit already on her. So at the very least, there's some money in that. I mean, not that you can see it down there, but she does have some coolant. There is oil. There's a UASA battery, so hopefully it's not completely toast because I don't really want to have to replace that. Okay, let me see if I can show you what I have just found. Seeing as it's got an induction kit on it, I thought we'd check for an exhaust, and it turns out it actually doesn't have an exhaust. Well, there is some exhaust, but there is no back box. Not that you can really see it down here, because we are sitting pretty low, so I'm guessing it's on springs or maybe coilovers, can't really tell, but there should be a back box about here, and there isn't one. So this thing could sound pretty nice if it starts up. Okay, so key is all done. Thank you very much to County Auto Keys. If anybody needs any keys done in and around Swansea, Port Talbot, give them a shout. Okay, moment of truth time. Has my gamble paid off? Will this bug actually start? Race car. And she is sounding pretty sweet. Should we give her a rev? God damn! Okay, so at this point I was obviously pretty damn happy with the fact that the car runs and sounds absolutely amazing. But the car still has the big problem of not having an MOT, so it's time to use my head, call a recovery truck, because I am not risking driving it back illegally. And just like that, the car is very close to the unit. So thank you GF Recovery. If anybody needs recovery in South Wales or Swansea area, give them a shout. Gary is your man. Okay, so the Beetle is back at the unit. It's actually been like a week or so since I got it recovered here, which is why I all of a sudden look less homeless than I did 2 minutes ago. And here she is in all her filthy glory, sitting nice smack bang in the middle of the unit. Now, even though the car's been here for about a week, I actually don't know anything much more than what I did at the start of this video about the car, because over the last week or so I've been working on the UK's cheapest Harley Davidson, which is over there. If you haven't watched those videos, watch them after this video. One thing I do know about this car immediately after getting it back is the front tyres are super bald. I mean, that's basically a racing slick. And same story on the passenger side. Now, I have gone ahead and changed the battery on it because the battery that was on it was super dead. So I've put a slightly bigger one on there that I had laying around the unit. And now she starts and runs every time. Now, I have given all the electrics a little test. I can tell you that the radio works, the windows work, the fuel flap did work the first time I tested it. Now, I'm not entirely sure if the boot release works properly. It does release the boot, but you kind of have to run to the boot to lift it up, otherwise it doesn't really open. So might have to look into that as well. And with the boot open, we can see the inside of the boot lining is filthy, and I've been left all sorts of goodies in the boot. No idea what is actually in here altogether. We'll go through that in a minute. So we got a random bag of bits with some batteries, some parts in it, which is kind of concerning. What's that? Some sort of locking mechanism. Something that says fan relay, which is concerning. Battery charger. I mean, that's a win. I got loads of cable ties. Can always use cable ties. Pile of boot organizers. I mean, I'm not sure why you'd need those in here. I mean, is it even really big enough of a boot to need boot organizers? Extremely wet box of sticky notes. Oh. More cable ties, more sticky notes. Ew. Hensel Castle apron. Might give me an idea as to where the previous owner worked. I mean, what are these? Probably seat covers. Maybe. Ugh. Ugh. An empty box for a Android Play unit thing. Shame we haven't got the actual unit. The old license plates, just in case you don't like the 4D ones. I happen to love the 4D ones. And a box of de-icer fluids and some CDs. Look at this. That is old school. CDs. And weirdly some fire extinguishers, which I could probably sell those, but it's more concerning why they're in here. I mean, I've carried some weird things in my own car, but I've never been concerned enough to feel the need to carry 2 fire extinguishers. Should I be worried? And there was another Beetle door trim metal piece, which I believe has come off the passenger side. It has. Okay, cool. This goes here somewhere. Maybe. I don't know. We'll fiddle with that in a minute. Okay, do we have a spare? I mean, that's the battery changer, CD changer. Okay, we have a spare wheel and tools, but it is soaking in there. Now, obviously, I do not know that much about Beetles, but why is this one so wet? Are they that prone to leaking? Maybe one of you watching can tell me in the comments if you know a bit about these cars. Like, do they just leak from everywhere, or has somebody done something to this car to make it as wet as it is on the inside? And something else I can show you that does work is this aero spoiler. So it's supposed to come up when you're doing like 40 miles an hour or something, but under the dash, there's a little switch. Look at that. Bit stiff, but it works. How cool is that? Not only do I have a ducktail spoiler, I've got a little pop-up aero spoiler up there as well. Now, the jury's still out on the eyelids. It does kind of make the car look sad, but it also gives it quite a bit of character. So, I don't know on those. Do I keep them? Do I not? Let me know what you think. And you eagle-eyed viewers may have noticed something else about this Beetle, which is not quite the usual for a Beetle, other than, of course, the 2.3 litre V5 engine. Whilst the ducktail is an aftermarket part, I believe, I don't know whether you could choose them from the showroom, like this kit, but it is actually part of a full kit. It is Character. I think it's French. I mean, the ducktail has obviously got a whole built-in high-level brake light, but the kit is part of a full body kit. So you get the wing, you get the rear bumper with a cutout for a centre exhaust, which obviously isn't there. You also get these little side skirt extenders on both sides. And down there you get the front bumper, or spoiler, splitter, front splitter, spoiler thing. I don't know what the correct name for it is, but this car has a body kit. I don't think I've ever owned a car with an actual body kit on it. Apparently that body kit is quite rare. I've done a bit of research online. You can't really buy them anymore. If you can find one that people are selling, some people are asking more than what I paid for the entire car. Which brings me on to what the car actually owes me, and you can decide whether I got a good deal or not. So I got this entire VW Beetle on the police auction for a winning bid of £343. So after fees and VAT, that brought the total to £445.90 for all of that car and all of that engine. Now, obviously at that point, it wasn't just that simple, because there was some additional costs that I had to stump up, like the key, which cost me £140 on top. And because the car's got no MOT and very bald tyres and no back box, and to mention no MOT, I obviously couldn't drive it home, so I did pay £80 to have it recovered here to the unit, bringing the grand total to £665.90, which for a car that sounds that good. I really don't think that's a bad price at all for a car that makes that sort of noise. And the more I look at it, the more I kind of like it as well. I don't think it's a bad looking car, especially with the ducktail and the Scirocco alloys and just the, just the extra little bits of the body kit. Now, I think it's shaping up to be a very, very good deal, because these cars are rare. Like I said, there's only 170 of them left on the road, and the ones that are for sale, people are asking strong money. I've seen people asking upwards of £2.5 to £3 grand for them. Now, before I can ask that sort of money for this car, there is quite a bit that I need to do to it. Obviously, the tyres need doing, because those are for the bin. The outside will definitely need a good clean and polish. The inside is going to need to completely come out, be deep cleaned as best as I possibly can. Probably going to have to do something to tackle the saggy headliner. The door trims are going to need sticking back on both sides, because they're just hanging off. Then there's more than likely the brakes that are going to need doing, because I'm pretty sure there's not going to be able to bring those back, because they are pretty rusty, and if you do give it a little drive like I've done on a private road, they are really, really spongy, but that just could be from where it's standing. I don't know yet. Jury's out on that one. And then, of course, there is the exhaust issue. There is absolutely no back box on this, and it smells quite strong when you leave it running, so whether it'll pass emissions as is, or even the noise test, I'm not really sure. So we're probably going to have to do something with the exhaust too. But that does mean we could potentially look at getting some sort of full sports exhaust system. I don't know. And that's all assuming everything underneath the car is good and there's no rust or welding or anything possibly needed under there. I honestly don't know. I don't know if these suffer with rust problems. I haven't looked into them that deeply. I just saw V5 engine on the auction and I was like, I have to buy it. Now I'm probably going to work fairly quick on this bug, starting with a big clean of the outside and inside, but not in this video. Obviously I need to do the clean before I can do anything else with that car, because it stinks in there and I just cannot stand the smell of it. And then everything else will be done fairly swiftly, because it is early spring. It's starting to get into that season where car meets and car shows and things start to happen. I haven't been to one in ages, and when I go to them, I do like to turn up in something maybe a bit fun to drive there, or something a bit interesting. And this is just that. And then once we've done a few meets or maybe even a road trip, we'll get it moving on and get on to something else that I really, really want. But I mean, I really do weirdly like this thing. I never saw myself liking Beetles. They never really quite did it for me, but I don't know, just something about this one. I mean, it's probably the ducktail. If that doesn't scream 911 turbo from the 80s, I don't know what does. But for now, that is about all we've got time for, because I got to get back to work, and in my spare time, I've still got to finish getting the UK's cheapest Harley Davidson done and ready for the road as well. So to make sure you don't miss either of those projects, make sure you have hit the subscribe button, and make sure to let me know in the comments what you think of the bug, or whether you think I've had a good deal on it, whether you think I'm a total idiot, or whether you love the car, hate the car, anything. Just let me know in the comments what you think of it. I think it's cool. So if you've enjoyed this video, then make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.